Let's talk ADHD myths and why they're bullcrap. Shall we? Let's. Number one, we didn't have ADHD back in my day. That is false. I hear this a lot, and it drives me up the wall because the first mention of what we now call ADHD happened in 1798 with Sir Alexander Crichton, and then in 1902, Sir George Frederick Still also described a similar condition. In 1932, Doctors Franz Kramer and Hans Pollnow, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, described hyperkinetic disease. In 1968, the DSM-2 mentioned hyperkinetic reaction of childhood, which in the DSM-3 in 1980 was renamed ADD, and then in 1987 was renamed ADHD. So unless you were born before 1798, there is no basis to say we didn't have ADHD back in my day. We did. It may have been called something different, but we've been describing it since 1798. And to the best of my knowledge, there's no one alive who predates the first mention of ADHD. 1798 is just the first time we identified it. There's every possibility that it occurred before then. Number two, we're all a little ADHD. No, we're not. Sure, every once in a while, people who don't have ADHD can get distracted. But ADHD is so much more than distraction. ADHD is a major impairment to those who have it. If you're just a little distracted when you don't get enough sleep, you don't have ADHD. ADHD, again, is an impairment. So if you think you might have ADHD, go to a doctor and see if it's impairing your life. If it's not impairing your life, don't bother the doctor. Because we're not all a little ADHD. There's a demonstrable difference between the brains of people with ADHD and the people who don't have ADHD. The brains are two different things. They look different, they act different, it's a different brain wiring. And the other thing is, those of us who get a little ADHD every once in a while, that goes away. Those of us with ADHD always have that. So do we all get a little ADHD? No, we don't. Number three, ADHD medication is basically meth and it's really dangerous. Come on. No, it's not dangerous. In fact, studies have shown that those who are properly treated for ADHD are less likely to abuse substances later in life. Those who do have ADHD and abuse substances are not properly treating their ADHD. In fact, they're trying to self-medicate. So when people say, oh, ADHD medication is turning people into addicts, it's not true. It's not. The research shows that it's not true. When ADHD medication is properly used and not misused, it is completely safe. Some people are going to have side effects, sure. But if you stop taking the ADHD medication, those side effects go away. And there are millions of people who are on ADHD medication with no side effects. In fact, the vast majority are doing just fine. Those who get bad side effects don't take ADHD medication. It's not dangerous. We've been giving it out for a long time. So don't tell me that ADHD medication is dangerous, because it's not. All right. Moving on. Number four, ADHD is a deficit of attention. That's not true. It's not true. ADHD is lack of focus regulation. People with ADHD are always focused. It is not possible for us to be unfocused. We're always focusing on something. Is it the thing we're supposed to be focusing on? Quite often, no. But we're focused on something. So when you say there's a deficit of attention, that's not true. It's a lack of focus regulation or attention regulation. So if I were to rename ADHD, I'd call it ADHD, but attention dysregulation hyperactivity disorder, not attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's about regulation, the brain's ability to regulate focus and attention. Number 5, you can discipline the ADHD out of a child. No, you can't. Do not hit your child. ADHD, again, is a different brain wiring. No amount of structure, discipline, violence is going to change that. ADHD is a lifetime disorder. Nothing you do can change that. But is that a bad thing? No. It's just a different brain wiring. In fact, there are things that I love about my ADHD. ADHD can make life more interesting in a good way and a bad way. ADHD just is. It's neither good nor bad. It's what you make of it. So do not be afraid of labeling your child, and don't think you can discipline the ADHD out of your child. Like I said, it's a lifetime disorder, so you have to learn to work with it, not against it. There are more myths out there, but those are just the 5 I wanted to discuss today. So get out there and spread the truth about ADHD.